first one in San Diego. I mean, of course, it's something that I've heard about happening for years. You know, you always hear about Comic-Con in San Diego, that it's one of the largest ones. But I just got back 2 weeks ago from one in London. That was really, really fun. The costumes here are a little bit more revealing. I care too. I saw a guy walking around in a Speedo that he should have left that costume at home. It was okay because I didn't know what character he was playing. You know? I was like, that was Boosie Collins meets somebody. But they've been fun. Everyone's having a good time, and that's what's important.
So how did you come to be on Femme Fatale?
Wow. Actually, I was offered the role to play Dean Vera Rutledge. The producers and everyone had me in mind, and I'd actually been on the road for 14 months producing and starring in a stage play with Brian McKnight called Cheaper to Keep Her. And so I was really glad to get back after doing a stage play where you do 8 shows a week, to get back and act and to play a character. It was a femme fatale who was beautiful and smart, and it felt good to be back acting again. I'm not saying that the stage, I wasn't acting as well, but it's just a different format.
Could you describe your character?
Dean Vera Rutledge, she's a strong woman. She is the head of a community college, and her husband happens to be having an affair with one of the other professors there. And instead of her freaking out and crumbling, she confronts her head on. And I think that's literally...
With a hammer?
No, not yet. You have to stay tuned to find out what happens. But you know, it's one of those things that when I learned working with Quentin Tarantino, that revenge is a dish best served cold.
What does it mean to be a strong woman?
A leader, someone that isn't a victim, that doesn't let her circumstances take over. Things happen, and she makes the best of it.
So how many new professors is she looking for by the end of the episode?
I can't tell you. She just kind of, she confronts her. And let you know that happened, which I think is a dynamic scene. It's a clip that they're going to show a little bit later, because she reels her in, and you think nothing's going to happen, that, okay, she's just going to whip out. And instead she confronts her, and it's a wonderful scene. I love that when you get to play characters where the language isn't so censored and so clean. The language was very raw, but sexy and alluring at the same time.
Is there an emotion that you particularly like to play a lot because you really get something out of it?
Well, for me, it would definitely be playing characters that have strength. I haven't played a lot of weak characters in my career. I've set it off and Killed Bill and done a whole bunch of fun things.
Independence Day.
And Independence Day. So I think that when casting comes about for Vivica Fox, mostly it's a woman that has strength and integrity and who will stand up for herself. And that really works for me, because it's kind of an aspect of my personality that is really true, that even if I play a mom, she's a strong mom that wants her kids to be good people. And in my personal life, lately been dealing with mentoring programs where we're talking to children about choices in life, that they've got to make good choices, because the choices that they make today can affect them for the rest of their life. So even if I play a mom or a detective or a kick-butt chick, because even in Kill Bill I was kind of a combination of a mom and a former, assassin, that, it still had all of those wonderful elements involved. And so that's cool, because I think in life we all have different elements that we play, that we know how to play the role of being strong, as I was saying, know your place, stay in your lane, and play your position. And with that, to me, equals strength.
Ms. Fox, you mentioned maintaining a private life.
Yes.
What advice would you give to people new to Hollywood in terms of maintaining that? Because you're not somebody that we see on TMZ and that kind of thing. So
And the
how do you
blogs this
maintain?
much.
Absolutely. So how do you maintain that? How do you keep your private life private?
For me, maintaining your private life is not revealing so much, because you have to realize the more that you reveal, the more that it will be open to judgment. And sometimes the judgment is unfair, and it's cruel, and it can really hurt you sometimes. like I'm going to be getting married soon. And
Oh,
Congratulations.
Thank you very
congratulations.
much. Daddy did good.
Yeah.
It's real small.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Didn't catch it at all, right?
I'm leaving.
And I'm going to tell you something. We went to the
Who's your
reality show
fiancé?
because his name is Slim. His name is Omar White. He's a club promoter in Atlanta. And
Which club does he have in Atlanta?
Primal.
Prime.
Yes.
I get your emails all the time. His emails, right? Not your emails, but.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm on the list. Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Why not?
Yes, ma'am.
When we got engaged, it was like the #1 Yahoo trending thing or whatever of the day. And so we thought that everyone would be interested in seeing the wedding and the whole shebang. And the first thing we went there, they were like, so what do you guys fight about? So who are your friends that are like a mess? Who are your, you know, to me, I just think that I was like, you know what? I don't want to start off my marriage with fights and creating drama because we get along very good. And so that's not something I want to do. So how do I keep my private life private? Back to your question, is that I've learned that I don't need them. I work. I do the work.
Right.
As an actress, I let my work pay off for what it is. I try not to live life in a fishbowl. I've got to turn off.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if I'm on all the time, how will my husband ever really get to know me as his future wife? So I just have learned to turn off, to be able to hang out with my family and my friends and not be so on.
I love it.
And that it doesn't make a difference, you know, going to dinner if that is going to end up in a magazine or on the blog the next day. I don't need that validation. I've worked very hard for the last 25 years to establish the brand and the name of Vivica Fox, so I let my work speak
Oh,
for me.
interesting.
I love it.
What
Thank
is
you.
what is the Vivica A. Fox brand?
Yeah, lots of different things. Crazy, sexy, cool.
That's a good tagline. I like that. That's great.
You
Yeah.
know, that it's
Yeah.
been crazy at times. When my life was tabloidish, that I didn't like that. I didn't care for people to say things about me that weren't really true or to make assumptions about me that weren't really true, but I took the high road. I never would speak bad about others because it's never been a test of my character that I needed to step on others for success.
And I asked the question
Yeah.
because we're in a social media age and people talk about a personal brand, but apparently you are careful about structuring yours and controlling that brand, which gets
Absolutely.
back to her question about
But we just
keeping
need to
your,
go
you know.
to the pool with the other half of the time. Just throw some shots on up here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Making me crunk up in San Diego.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I can't hold the camera,
I'm so
but
sorry.
that's all right. That's all right.
I'm sorry.
That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, just I heard a couple things.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah.
it's okay. I just don't want to make sure that that's in the back of my interview.
No, that's okay. That's hey. I now want a cocktail again.
Yeah, I know. Next. I'm sorry. So anyway.
But yeah,
The brand of Vivica Fox. Because when you get older, you know, Hollywood has a tendency, especially because they're just now embracing baby boomers. They're just now understanding that women over 40 still want to get it. Get it strong. You know what I mean? Guys are finding older women sexy because there used to be a time that after you turn 35 that they would put you out to pasture. They just didn't know what to do with you.
you're perpetually 25, so I'm not buying this stuff.
Thank you. Up in the gym, just working. Keep it tight, keep it right. But anyway, but I've been smart to not let Hollywood or wait on my agents to make the phone ring. And I've also not limited my opportunities. And when I say that, I don't have a problem doing film, television. Now reality has totally taken over, but I refuse to get in a cat fight and get drunk and throw water on somebody. That's not going to happen.
Right.
It may
Good
another
for
time,
good.
but not on camera. With reality hosting shows, I'm now tentatively shooting a talk show with the Style Network. Myself, Adrian Curry, Ali Fedotowsky, and Nick Perez. We're working on a talk show with the Style Network. I've hosted the reunion special for Jerseylicious. So you figure out, okay, if reality is what's happening right now, how can I best fit into that without doing something that
That's
I'm
the
not proud
first.
of?
You're the first person I've talked to this trip as an actor who said that. Every other actor hates reality TV, says it takes away from their business, yada yada yada.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Beat him, join him.
Hello, give me someone.
Right.
So don't trip.
Right,
Okay,
right,
congratulate me.
right.
That's what's working right now. Then don't trip. You know, it's just like when cable first came along. I'm sure people were like, "Oh my God, cable! They're too raw, they're too real." It's like, well, aren't you tired of working on shows and you get censored? So I've embraced cable so much with Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
right,
which
right,
is
right,
like,
right.
Oh, you were wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
Yeah.
to cut
but
you
the
off.
blacks are gone, except for Leon. Now how did Leon get to move to New York? But, you know, so I'm
JB
grateful for
Smooth.
cable, especially now for shows like Femme Fatales, because they're not afraid to embrace women that are beautiful, that are dangerous and sexy, and to make a show out of it. They really don't have a lead character per se, but each week they have a new show, a new drama that's going on, and it's raw and in your face with cleavage.
You're gonna be back, right? They're gonna have you back for more if they
We'll
talk.
see.
Yeah, they better.
I hate to say it, but we're gonna
They gotta
have
wrap
like one
it
more
up.
question.
Oh, okay.
I have a question for you. One of my favorite lines was when you told Uma Thurman, you know, I should have been Black Mamba.
I should have been Black Mama. Yes.
And,
I should have been motherfucking Black Mama.
yeah, the energy in that was great. And I wondered, as a Black actress, if you
Yeah.
felt like Hollywood is improving in the number of doors that are open for you, if there's been any shift since your career started, or if you've got a
Well, see,
perspective.
you know, that's a box that you can put yourself into.
Amen.
This is something that you have to realize about being an African American. We've always had to work twice as hard from the beginning of time. It's not going to change. It is what it is. You can embrace that or stand around and become bitter Betty. I don't believe in doing that. And so that is why I have become a producer. I've started branding my own. I've got my own wig line. If y'all want to go, please go to vivicafoxhair.com.
All right.
So I've learned not to become a prisoner of Hollywood or waiting on my agents to create projects for me. It's why I do stage, I do film, and I do reality. I don't complain. I just try to make new venues. If I sit around and complain and become bitter, it's nobody's fault but my own. Okay?
I hate to say we're gonna have to wrap it up because we have to get Vivica over to the
Real quick, that cat fight you had
Last
on
half question.
Generations.
Uh-huh.
How does
Janelle, I know
rate-
that came back to life,
How
didn't
does
it?
that rate? It's all over YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, Doreen, Maya.
Janelle
fight,
Allen?
On Generations. How
Yes.
does that rate among all the fights you've had on
That was a good
screen?
one. It wasn't as good as Kill Bill. It wasn't as good as Kill Bill. I'll tell you that, because Kill Bill I trained for 6 months.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
couldn't stretch me in places I didn't know my legs could. And I'm not for that. But if you guys ever want to see another cat fight starring Vivica Fox in a gown, check
Yeah.
out that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you guys.